It's our Scouse friend. Round of applause for Scotty Muldoon.
I'll tell you what's stupid about the new fucking Burger King. They just opened the first branch, right? And it shows super in the city. And it shows super ignorance on their part. It looks fucking ugly. It's horrible. And if they just took a couple of seconds to do some research into the local area, they'd have known that it would have been offensive to the local people in the local area. If just for 1 second, like people like that comes over there, just shut up for a minute. They could have had a board meeting, and it would have went something along the lines of, "Hey guys, I've just brought you all here together today because Timothy's done a bit of research." Timothy? Hi guys, I'd just like to say we've done a bit of research into Bon King Kong, and it turns out that it might be a little bit culturally insensitive for us to open a flagship store in Bon King Kong. It won't fit in or be in keeping with the local area. It turns out that what they need is another fucking coffee shop. And that's what's stupid about fucking Burger King. We were all expecting a shitty fucking Starbucks. We had t-shirts made and everything. See? That's what's stupid about Burger King. Do you know what the funny thing is, right? I was looking everywhere to get this t-shirt today. And I looked everywhere, and you see them everywhere, and honest to God, I went into a shop in Bon King Kong Market. I went, "Have you got a Starbucks t-shirt?" He went, "No sir, that's the old style." And I got fashion tips from a commerce store. Looking amazing. It's old style. So now I'm wearing old style Starbucks t-shirt.
What child did you steal it off?
The nurse wants a hand.
I live right there.
Do you know what else is shitty?
Dress.
Going through puberty. But that was tough, man. It's tough. You do your best to fit in. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. To avoid getting picked on by my own age group, I thought it'd be a really good idea to hang out with an older crowd. Big mistake. Never rely on protection from the elderly. They're too old, they're too weak, they're too slow, and eventually they'll pick on you as well. Don't talk to him, Rose. Look at him standing there, trying to be all normal. Thanks, Grandma. Who's pissing the bed now, eh? So then I lowered the bar a little bit and started hanging out with guys who were just a little bit older than me, but obviously unlike me. They had deeper voices, they could shave, they were better vandals. And I tried to fit in with them as well. I cut my hair like theirs, and I got the hair, and I glued it to be bald armpits. That doesn't work either. I walked around with a sticky fur ball under each arm for fucking 3 weeks before I had to go back to the nursing home. You might think that that's that you knew that was going to happen, but people who say, "Oh, I just knew that was going to happen," are fucking dicks. If they truly knew what was going to happen, why don't they say something beforehand? If you knew what was going to happen, oh, I just totally knew what was going to happen. Why didn't you stop that kid from getting ran over? If you don't like that joke, that's okay, because I made it up in my own head. In my own imagination. If you want, in your own head, you can bring him back to life. Even though in my head, he was terminally ill anyway. Either that, or he was going to grow up to be a paedophile. So if you did bring him back to life in your own head, you have to live for the rest of your life knowing that you brought an imaginary future world paedophile back to life. If that feels good to you, that feels good to you. But if I go, I regress. If the next time you hear a guy, the next time you see a guy trip over a brick or walk into a lamppost, and you hear somebody go, "I just knew that was going to happen," test out this little technique I've been trying, which is called giving them a punch to the fucking back of the head. Funnily enough, they never see that happening. And you can always go, "I knew that was going to happen." Yay! I like to live my life by proverbs, which is, it's really, really weird and confusing. Like, they conflict each other. It's like, is it too many cooks spoil the broth? Or many hands make light work? I don't know which one it is. Another one is, whatever doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Which is true, unless you contract HIV. Then the proverb should be, whatever doesn't kill you makes you weaker and weaker and weaker, and then it kills you. But one of the other proverbs I live my life by is always do things in moderation, like being quiet at comedy clubs in corners. Doing things in moderation, which, do you know what, really, really works out well, because on the one hand, it's lowered my alcohol consumption to a more moderate level. But the confusing weird part is, on the other hand, I never used to do heroin. But now I do it in moderation. Thank you for clapping my heroin use there in the front row. So, ironically, what I've done is, I've taken the proverb, do things in moderation, far too far. The proverb should be, don't overdo doing things in moderation, including moderation proverbs. Thanks for that little music clap at the back there. He clapped in moderation, feel free. I just want to point out, I think, this is without any sense of irony, I think women are truly geniuses. Give it up for women. Give it up for women. I don't do any misogynistic material whatsoever. They're the harbingers of life. No, women can do things that men cannot do. And it's almost to a scary level. Take a mole, for example. They call it a beauty spot. How clever is that? Men seeing it, well, that looks like a mole. Let's call it a mole. It's almost it can cause cancer. It really, really can. But yet, somewhere along the line, through conditioning, women now even draw them on to exude beauty. Again, give women a clap for that. If you don't clap women, that means you hate them. Do you think that there's some like female moles hanging out underground, right? In their molehill salons, going, yeah, you totally got a human on your lip. Totally. Does it really look like a human? Yeah, it looks totally gross. Totally gross. No, I've heard that. No, it means it's a sign of beauty. It's a sign of beauty. Oh yeah, where'd you read that, mole friend? I totally read it in Hello magazine. Marilyn Monroe has one. Quickly draw a human on my lip. But then that begs the question, David Attenborough doing his nature programs, and he's my favourite, and I can just imagine him going, and here we have the common garden mole about to appear out the soil. She just popped her head above the surface in the moonlight. She has a cancer anomaly on her mouth called a human. It looks totally fabulous. In fact, I even found this newspaper clipping. It's not a newspaper clipping. It's from a magazine, right? It's from the Australian edition of Women's Health magazine. This is how good like women are at marketing, and it's scary. This is true. Look at it there. It's dated from a couple of months ago, and it says, "Oh, Tony, thank you. You got me a drink there, Tony."
Yeah.
Cheers. Which one is it? Oh, I can't reach that far. So what I'll do is I'll take that one.
Thanks, Scotty.
Yeah, you're welcome. It tastes lovely. Anyway, back to this. It goes, try it today. This is exactly what it says. It says, this is how clever women are. Now you can turn your bike into a sex toy with the Happy Ride vibrating bike seat. A washable black nylon cover with a hidden multi-speed vibrator that you can slip over your saddle. Now what I like about this thing is the fact that they point out that it's a washable black nylon vibrating seat because you want resale value. Although on eBay, if it was a sponge seat, it's also got resale value. Next it goes, talk about a joyride. Oh no, I didn't write this, honestly. I wish I did. Then in brackets, safety warning, probably not recommended for riding on busy roads. Anyway, I wonder why Angela had such a happy face on that steep incline at Mountain Bike Club last week. Right, and then on the same page, right, it's called Ungloved Love, as you can see there. And it says, yeah, thanks. And it says, beware of condom dodgers. This is educational now, you be quiet. Education, Ungloved Love, beware of condom dodgers. The Journal of Sex Research found that 80% of men surveyed had successfully persuaded a female bedmate it was fine not to use protection. The top 3 tactics they used was, number 1, Assuring the woman they're disease-free.
Honestly, babe, I totally believe that you haven't got AIDS.
They're not pointing out the possessive noun here. Number 2. Old-fashioned seduction. May I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more moderate. Rushing winds may blow away the darling buds of May. Gives a shag. Number 3. And convincing them the sex would feel better, quotation marks, sans raincoat. Has anyone ever used that?
Go on, babe, this will feel much better, sans raincoat.
Then it goes on. Other tactics they used include implying they felt hurt by the woman's lack of trust.
We just met 10 minutes ago. And you don't believe me that I think that you haven't got AIDS?
And then the last one, right, is right there. And even threats. Now this is serious. Even threats of physical harm.
Give me a blowjob or I'm going to blow my brains out.
I know you've been there.
You've been there, I know, I'm so, I wasn't really going to blow my brains out, you know. But thanks anyway.
Well, I'm going to finish off with like the fact that I'm a teacher, and even from a very young age, ladies are very, very good at marketing skills. I was teaching them the other day about different styles of homes around the world, and I asked them, why would anybody choose to live in an igloo if they were made of snow and ice? Wouldn't that be very cold? And this 6-year-old girl piped up in the middle of class and said, because they don't want to pay the money for the aircon. And I just knew that was going to happen. I'm Scotty Muldoon, thank you very much.